Melbourne's events calendar has a new mythical attraction. Hundreds are currently in the city to do battle in the card trading game Magic.
Magic the Gathering, the evergreen of the board games. Do you like to play games with your friends face to face? Meeting up with some new friends and have a battle of wits at your local game store? I know I do. See how many people in this Magic tournament? Not to mention our stores at Melbourne CBD area. It's such a popular game and I don't see what could ever go wrong. Magic the Gathering is no doubt one of the most popular board games in the world.
It'll be very challenging for another game to be like Magic the Gathering, where it's like that is the only game some people, some gamers play.
Which is complicated, yet so fun to play and accessible for everyone. Playing with your good friends at the Friday night gathering is nothing short of pure enjoyment. Back in 2019, the game had a decent size of player base and I have played a lot around Melbourne area. However, when I got back this year, everything has changed. Stores are closed, my play group is gone and the game's community has changed their perspective on the game. I am fortunate enough to meet Jeff and Phil for a film interview and their take on Magic community had significant help for my research. Without further ado, let's talk about how it has changed, what could it mean and what's likely to happen in the future. The pandemic no doubt had a huge impact on local game stores. Almost all the game stores got shut down due to the high rent fee and the lockdown. However, the game store seems to be beginning to have a resurgence around Melbourne. For example, a store called Cherry Collectibles found a way to survive through setting up a website and selling various card games. They are able to thrive by selling products online and became the first one to come back with a physical store in Melbourne. Instead of buying collectible cards from the player, many stores resolved to selling their entire stock to keep themselves alive. Wizards of the Coast have noticed this and start to pumping out limited premium products to hook their player base to keep buying cards through online stores. This has proven to be very effective since they are all sold out and became highly traced products in secondary market. Can't wait to play with my friends. Oh man, just gonna how do I play this at home again? Since the player base are unable to play Magic physically, they started to heavily promote their online game Magic Arena. They had been developing this for years, trying to compete with online card games like Hearthstone and Yu-Gi-Oh! Online. Despite being one of the most popular tabletop games, it struggles to be popular and compete with other online games. They went too far on the pricing of online cards, made it much less accessible for players who cannot spend much on video games. Different from physical cards, you can't sell them or trade your collection to other players. They can only spend money on Magic Arena to buy booster packs for random cards that holds no values. This frustrates the player as they do not want this economy system and rather to have something similar to real-life Magic cards. Furthermore, Wizards of the Coast introduced a new format that have different rules compared to real-life game rules. This throws a lot of players off and they feel cheated by the powerful cards that only exist in the online game.
Magic Arena, I've played that in the past. It was alright until they did the alchemy stuff, and then it really fell off from there.
They broke the rules basically.
Yes.
Yeah. The player base is in slow decline. As time goes on, Magic Arena finds itself to be in the weaker side of the competition.
And Wizards of the Coast should be ashamed of themselves.
After the lockdown, the game store that still remains start to fill with players. However, I have found that the player base had changed their way of playing Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, well, with no paper events, a lot of people stopped buying, and now the cost of buying back in, they're sort of they're not invested at this point.
In the past, being competitive at a game is the most popular way to play it, but now I do not see anyone in the store playing those formats anymore, and the store owner does not hold any local tournaments as well. They found themselves enjoy the social aspects of this game even more, like the interactions, communications, and the friendships is what they were lacking during the lockdown.
Once a week they have the Commander Night. Through there I've met some pretty cool people, and then like we've become friends, and then we just like chat, trade cards, occasionally even just meet up. And yeah, like other than that, since restrictions have been easing, it means like more people are coming together and able to socialize again.
Despite all the setbacks and failed experiment with online games, Magic the Gathering has more potential than ever. Players are really looking for experience that a real-life game community can offer. More game stores are popping up again, with more casual approach to the game. The new players will feel right at home and the community will grow stronger than ever.
I like to be able to take some time, play around with some of the interactions, and then just like have a little leisurely time.